The one and the eight. We feeling great on this beautiful, beautiful day. Hey, Facebook, how y'all doing? We are rolling right through Fab Miss, ain't we? Day number 18. I'm not going to take up too much of y'all's time. I'm going to go ahead and get right into it, bring in the Instagram crew so we can get this show on the road, keep this thing rocking and rolling. Look at Facebook coming through. Instagram. Hey, how y'all doing, Instagram? How are y'all doing on day number 18 of Fabmas? Day number 18, day number 1-8, because we feeling great. We doing great, right? Fabmas, I have been dropping gems for the past 17 days about all things mindset, business, and branding. And I really hope that you all have been enjoying this ride. I have not seen anyone in my industry or in my niche as a business coach or a consultant do anything like this before. So this is really something that I think is transformative, not just for you all in terms of transforming the way you think about your brand and your business, but also, for me as an entrepreneur to do something that I've never done before and to set out to do something that honestly I have never seen be done before. So thank you for joining me on this ride. I greatly appreciate it. We are on the downhill slide, y'all. This is the downhill slide, and we are making our way to day number 24 of 24 days of live streaming in what I am calling Fabmas. Fabmas for the fabulous entrepreneurs in the house who are interested, no, who are committed to transforming their mindset, their businesses, and their brands. And for those of you that don't know, if you're new here, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. My name is Nick Scott. I am a personal brand coach, and I help women entrepreneurs establish, grow, and maintain their personal brands. And I always simulcast both on Instagram and on Facebook. So if you see me doing this thing, back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes I might pause a little longer here, and sometimes I might pause a little longer there. It's because I'm simulcasting both on Instagram and Facebook, and I like to try to keep both of those audiences engaged. So y'all, I want to talk about something that I think is going to be very valuable and beneficial to you as we move forward in our business and our brand journeys. And it's something that I'm sure has crossed your mind at some point this year and will probably cross your mind at some point next year, because I know that you've seen them. I know you've seen them. I've seen them. They are all over the internet. They're all over the internet. They're all over your timeline. They're all over your Spotify playlist. They are up in your DMs. And they are definitely, most definitely, multiple times a day for some of them, all up in your inbox. They are all up in your inbox, right? Because they want to stay top of mind. I'm one of them. I'm a proud one. And I introduce myself as one every single episode. Every single episode, I introduce myself as one. And most likely, if you're listening to me, if you're following me, if you've been rocking with me for quite some time, you are probably one of them too, right? And it's no shame if you're one of them. If you part of the club, I want you to drop some love in the comment sections to let me know that you are part of the club. And who am I talking about? I am talking about business coaches. The secret society of business coaches. So to my knowledge and my visibility, there has been an influx of business coaches and consultants over the past 2 years. And it is, in my opinion, that it's not a bad thing. Like, it's not a bad thing. And for full transparency, I started transitioning into this coaching side probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I had done a lot of consulting over my years having my own business and sharing my expertise with politicians, with small business owners, with corporate executives, with folks who were interested in leveraging social media to amplify their businesses and their brands. So that's really where I got my start. So a lot of what I did up until recently was offline. It was offline. I worked one-on-one with clients, and it was a great experience for me. But since 2020, we have seen an influx of business coaches and consultants come on the scene. And like, who can blame someone for trying to pivot and figure out how they can continue to make money, to eat, to pay their bills, to buy diapers, to do whatever it is that they need to do in order to maintain and sustain with all of the uncertainty that 2020 has brought us. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I really don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. I think the internet has had so much potential for so long, and as long as we were in that old frame of mind and that old way of thinking that things had to be done this specified way in this little box in terms of how we conduct business, how we meet with clients, how we consult with clients, how we coach our clients, and how we accumulate clients. If we continue to go down that old way of thinking, then not just our businesses, but our entire country's economy would have been left behind. Because let's be clear, there are companies that way before 2020 were doing all of their business online. Like, they had teams of people working together on projects where one person was in Japan, one person was in California, one person was in New York, one person was in Australia, and these team members were able to come together, get work done. And notice I named 4 different time zones on purpose, because up until 2020 there was this mindset for so many companies and for so many small businesses and for so many entrepreneurs that they could not get work done unless it was in person. So if 2020 wasn't good for anything else, it was good for showing us and demonstrating to us that when you need to, you can pivot quickly. You can make quick decisions. You can change direction at any point in the game that you want to. And it also showed us that we can have a sustainable and a profitable business online. It did show us that we can make genuine and meaningful connections through the internet. So I don't think the influx of coaches and consultants is a bad thing, because, I mean, let's be honest, let's be real, let's keep it real all the way funky. You can find an online coach to help you with everything, anything and everything, from how to train your chihuahua to start barking so much. I said chihuahua because I have a chihuahua, but she doesn't bark a lot. But you can find an online coach that can help you out with that if that's your pain point. Like, if you're like, oh my gosh, I love my dog, but she just barks so much, you can find a coach to help you out with that. You can find a coach who can teach you how to secure the bag with your personal brand. I'm that coach who can teach you how to secure the bag with your personal brand. And you can find a coach on everything in between, right? So, but even with the visibility and the industry recognition that business coaches are gaining currently, so many people are still afraid to invest with them. So many of us, we are still afraid to invest with them. Here's the deal. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are a small business owner, if you call yourself a coach or a consultant or a service provider or a leader or some other title that you've given yourself, but you are an entrepreneur and you are looking to grow not just your visibility and your personal brand, but grow your revenue, you have to get over being afraid of things. You answered the call to start your business. That was no small feat. that was no small feat for you to answer the call to start your business. So I'm going to give you a round of applause for that, because I'm telling you right now, there are hundreds, if not thousands of people who sit and think about starting their businesses or moving forward with some idea that they have, or wanting to leverage the experience that they've gained over decades of working in an industry. So many people just sit back and think about it. They might even talk about it to their family, friends, and loved ones. But not many people actually move forward and start to walk that thing out. So you've done that. Like, you've done that, and that is hard, and it's huge. And some of us have done it despite the fact that some of the people that are closest to us look at us like we're crazy. Like, what? You want to do what? You got laid off and now you want to start selling shoes in an online boutique? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it, right? So some of us are moving forward even though we have that type of naysaying going on literally in our ear. But yet we're afraid to invest with the coach. We're afraid to move forward with making that investment. So many of us are still letting fear keep us from moving forward in our businesses. We know what fear stands for, right? Y'all know what fear stands for. We've seen it, we've heard it, and I know many a pastors who have preached on it. Fear means false evidence appearing real. And I've seen other variations of it, but my favorite is false evidence appearing real. False evidence. The evidence, it's not even like it's fake. Like, it is a fake thing that we're allowing to keep us move forward. And whether, and let's be clear, I am big on bringing to your attention and bringing light to the fact that fear disguises itself as so many things that we feel are beneficial, right? Fear disguises itself as overthinking. Fear disguises itself as intelligence. Fear can disguise itself as weighing the pros and the cons, right? Fear disguises itself as sitting on the fence. Fear disguises itself as so many things. Anything that's keeping you from moving forward in your business and you come up with your reason why it is, I encourage you and I challenge you to check yourself and see if it's actually fear. Is it fear that you don't trust yourself to do what the coach is telling you to do? Or is it fear that you don't trust the coach? It's all fear. Whatever you call it, it's all fear. Right? And I want you as an entrepreneur who deserves to hit every goal and every target that you set for yourself. Remember when you were dreaming about this business? Do y'all remember when you were dreaming about this business and you had, bright eyes and bushy tails, and you had your sights set on a certain revenue goal? And if it wasn't a revenue goal, you had your sights set on something, whether that was freedom of time, whether that was you wanted to pay off all of your credit cards, whether it is that you wanted to buy a home, whatever it is, whatever that why is that drove you to go down or go online to your Secretary of State and to the IRS and fill out the paperwork to get your EIN and register your business name, whatever it was that prompted you to do that, I encourage you to lean on that. Every single time it's like, okay, I need to make a decision. How am I going to grow? Do I actually need this to grow? Because if it's presenting itself as an opportunity and you're even considering it, then it's probably an opportunity for you to grow. And we cannot make decisions based on our circumstance. Oh my goodness. We cannot make decisions based on our circumstance, y'all. We can't look around us, right? Look around and look at our bank account and stuff, because let's be clear, your circumstances change. They change moment to moment, day to day. The most successful entrepreneurs that I know, and I'm not talking about the online business coaches, I'm talking about folks like Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos and these guys, right? They didn't sit around. Mark didn't sit up in his dorm room. Where'd he go? Harvard, Yale, wherever he went, one of those Ivy League schools. He wasn't sitting up in there talking about, man, I'm only a college student. There is no way that I could, use my limited amount of funds, because we know college students do not have a whole lot of disposable income. He wasn't sitting back on his bed, with the twin beds in the dorm room. He wasn't sitting there like, dang, roomie, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I confront the money that it takes to host Facebook.com. I guarantee Mark wasn't doing that. Mark was like, I have my eyes set on the prize and whatever I have to do to get there. I don't care what my circumstances say. My circumstances are not about to limit me to this dorm room. I know what I can do. I know I can change the world. And that's what he did. He continued to move forward in his calling of entrepreneurship without fear. He didn't allow his circumstances to dictate what decisions that he was going to make. He had a plan and he stuck to it. And he did the work until it worked. Right? I am a coach and I have made investments in coaching. I have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in coaching, right? I am a coach who has hired a coach, who continues to hire a coach to get me to those next levels in my business, to get me to those next levels in my mindset, right? The best teachers are folks that are already in a place where you want to be, and P.S., who have been the places that you've already, or that you're going down. They've already walked the road that you're going down, and they've achieved the success that you want, right? I like coaches who don't teach a bunch of theory. Like, I'm not about theory. I can go read a book myself, right? I can go take a class at the community college myself. It's almost like a female doctor who has a lot of male patients, but she can't really ever fully tell him what he's feeling or going through because she's never had to get a prostate exam before, right? Like, she's never had to do that ever, and she'll never have to do that. Not the way that he does. So while she has all the practice, she's done all the studying, she's done, she's had however many patients, she's been in this business for however many years, she still doesn't know what it's like to be a man, to have to go through that type of exam. She conducts them every day. So I don't like to hire coaches based on theory. I like to hire coaches who have been through what I'm going through and who are at a place where I want to be. And those are the coaches that I encourage you to hire also, because I want you to understand that nobody, I don't care who they are, I don't care how competent they appear, I don't care how articulate they are, no one in this business has made it to the top by themselves. Absolutely nobody, y'all. Nobody. I mean, just think about it. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think the online coach who is making multiple 7 figures a year did it by signing up for a bunch of email lists, attending a bunch of webinars, or listening to a bunch of podcasts, or reading a whole bunch of books trying to piecemeal their business together? Is that how you believe they started making multiple 7 figures a year in their business? They did not. Sure, they attended the webinars and they signed up. She said, nope. She said, I sure don't. No, they didn't. They did not. They hired coaches. They hired coaches to get them to the next level. The same way that I've hired coaches, the same way that I pitch myself every single episode to you to be your coach, to help you get to the next level with your personal brand, they hired coaches. They hired coaches to get them to the next level that they wanted to be, and then the next level from there. And let's be clear, they probably still have business coaching services as an expense on their balance sheet. They probably still expense out coaching. I know I do, because I want to stay sharp. I want to keep up leveling my game. I want to make sure that my business model is as solid as it can be. I want to make sure that I deliver the results every single time that I promise to every client and student that I work with. Thank you. She said, I'm making a lot of sense, and thanks for being honest. Of course. Absolutely. So I want to make sure that my game is strong. So I'm trying to hip y'all to some game, right? If you are afraid to invest with the coach, ask yourself why. Because I'm telling you right now, if you hire a good coach, that coach is going to take you under their wing. And if it's not them personally, it is going to be someone that is trained by them and upholds the same level of pride and value in their business as they do, to help you get to the next level. They're going to take you under their wing. They're going to teach you everything that they know. They're going to give you the shortcut to success. They are not going to allow you to begin and to keep piecemealing things together. Think about, I always use Michael Jordan as an example because I just think Michael Jordan is such a great contribution, not just to the game of basketball, but to the Black community, to American society, to so many areas of our lives, and he would not be the athlete that he is without his coaches. I would bet, and I don't know this to be true, but I would bet that he probably would not have even gone to the NBA when he did if it weren't for his coach. If it weren't for counsel from his coach. When he started being recognized as this top collegiate athlete, I would bet all of everything that I own, my entire net worth, I would bet that he had conversations with his coach. And his coach had a huge influence on the decision that he made. This is the power of coaching, y'all. Like, the power of a coach can take you from a Michael Jordan who was cut from his high school basketball team his sophomore year to be the great Michael Jordan that we know today. That is the power of a coach. And y'all scared to invest in them. Why? Like, they literally can take you to the next level. I don't think Michael Jordan was sitting in the locker room or in his coach's office when he was in college looking at his circumstances around him. He wasn't looking around like, you know what, my circumstances, they don't say that I should move forward with this. Like, I've never been on a plane before. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if Michael Jordan's first time flying on a plane was when he flew from North Carolina to Chicago. So I don't know that. But this is just, we just gonna continue painting this picture. So he wasn't sitting there like, I've never flown on a plane before. I don't know what that's like. I'm scared, so I'm just gonna stay here in North Carolina. No, he allowed his coach to encourage him. He allowed his coach to transform his mindset. He allowed his coach, once he got to the NBA, to transform his business. He allowed his coaches and his mentors around him to transform his brand, right? Michael Jordan is such a great case study for so many things. Another person that I feel like I can bring into this conversation is Beyonce. Beehive, I'm not a part of the Beehive, but again, I feel like she's another great case study for a lot of reasons, right? Like, Beyonce and Beehive, I'm gonna say it, but I don't need y'all swarming around stinging me. She ain't the greatest vocalist, right? But as she has grown in her career, think about her from a teenager with Destiny's Child, all like the original Destiny's Child, not DC3, the real Destiny's Child, the real the original Destiny's Child. Think about that Beyonce and what her vocals were like. And now think about the Beyonce, I don't even know what her last album was, but think about her now as an artist and as a vocalist. Beyonce has invested a lot of time and money in vocal coaching. Beyonce would not be the Beyonce vocally that she is today without investing in coaching. And I'm not going to keep harping on the point because I think you get it. I think you understand the value of a coach. And that's not to say that, I listened to Nick and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to invest in this coaching program. And if you get burned, if the coach is bad, don't stop believing. Don't stop believing. My daughter is an athlete. She is an elite athlete. She is a track and field athlete. She has ran club track and field year round for years now, right? Well, up until 2020, shut that show down. But up until then, track was life all day, every day. She's had some good coaches and she's had some terrible coaches, right? But that did not stop her from wanting to do the thing and walk the thing out that was in her heart, the thing that she's passionate about. And from my perspective, from our perspective, the parents that were investing in these coaching services, we didn't say, oh, you know what? Forget it. We had one bad experience. You might as well just hang up your track spikes, your sprint spikes, because you ain't never going to run another 400 again. We didn't say that. We were like, you know what? Moving right along. Now, the next coach we hire, we know the questions to ask. We know exactly what to look for. We know what we're looking for and what we want and what's going to get her the result that she needed, right? So don't stop after one bad experience, y'all, because you will learn something, I promise you. And even the bad experiences with coaches, you're going to learn something. And for me, as a personal brand coach, it is my mission. It is my desire. I am committed and dedicated to helping you get to the next level by using something that you already have. I'm committed to do that. I want to help you use something that you already have. And what you already have is your personal brand. It's already there and it's waiting to be tapped into. If you are not leveraging the power of your personal brand, I'm telling you, you are missing opportunities and you're leaving money on the table. No doubt about it. Like, I can say that with all confidence. And I have two options that I want to offer you today. Two different options that I want to offer you. If you are ready to see what all this personal branding stuff is about and how it ties to your business success, then I want you to send me a DM. Whether you're on Instagram or Facebook. On Instagram, they call it DM. On Facebook, they call it Messenger. But I want you to send me a DM. And I want you to DM me the word bag. Y'all know my word. My word is bag. BAG, beta, alpha, gamma. Send me a DM so we can continue this conversation. And the second option that I have for you is if you're ready to get your personal brand set up for success, just click the link in my bio if you're on Instagram and click the link in the caption description if you are on Facebook and get the Boost Your Brand Roadmap. And don't just get it. Don't just sign up for it and let it sit in your inbox for the next 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. I want you to open it up and I want you to start to take the steps that are outlined in the roadmap, because it will help you make sure that that foundation is good, that that launching pad is solid, so that you can continue to build a profitable and sustainable personal brand. All right. I felt good about that one, y'all. I mean, I was feeling I was feeling like real good with that one. So I hope you found that helpful. This has been day number 18 of Fabmas. And we are going to continue to drop gems about transforming your mindset, your business, and your brand for the next 6 days of Fabmas, y'all. I'm going live and I'm dropping gems. If you have not been with me for the past 17 days, I encourage you to go back and listen to the replay of those recordings. I put them in a list for you, in a series. I think that's what they call them. So all the videos are in a series, just very convenient for you to binge Netflix style if that's what you want to do. But go back and listen to them. Go back and listen. Fabmas has been fabulous. Okay. My name is Nick Scott. I am a personal brand coach, and I help women entrepreneurs establish, grow, and maintain their personal brands. And I will see y'all tomorrow. All right. Happy branding. Bye.